Start recording it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Friday Shenanigans Quantum Session. We're gonna do more of a study session. Fridays tend to be my worst days. Fridays tend to be the day for chop and range. But again, right, I love eating chop and range. Look at that rejection off that level right there. So I usually play certain accounts on Fridays. My DGen accounts. Obviously, I have my DGen Pro. I have my other DGen accounts. I had a really nice day on that DGen Friday one. And now we wait, right? And I hope as we do these lessons, as we continue to, learn about these setups and what we're looking at with the quantum candles, I hope that everyone really starts pinning it together and really seeing what we're doing, right? The last, I think, four Quantum Challenge Day 4 and 5 put a lot of things together for a lot of people. So I would recommend going back and watching those two. If you're new, go back, watch 4 and 5. Pick up on a lot of these little things that you might be missing, right? Because a lot of people are just looking at the signals. The signals are the confirmation. Do the signals play out? Yes, they do, right? But you want to have confirmation. You want to have other confluences in line. Obviously, this signal was just that signal from the rejection of the 840, this level up here that I patiently waited for it to get up to. When it finally got up there, I saw the little push, the rejection. I got in here on this rejection, and my stop loss was above there. I was looking for a failed 3-bar, gave me the failed 3-bar based on what I had on that level, and I rode that little baby down. Now look at this, right? Easily identified the range. Boom, boom, right? Setting up for a push. Obviously, our 5-minute is pushing down, but it needs to break that area right here, this 812. You want to see it break, you want to see it retest and hold, then we may see a test down here. At the time being, as long as 810, 812 holds, potential for it to push back up a little bit, right? But the next thing I want you to see, right, you have 3 purple candles. So you are building a bearish barrier. Boom, boom, boom. This is the only bullish barrier. There's the break. If it just goes, it just goes. But you want to see it break. There's the pull up. Let's see if it closes below. It still has about 40 seconds to go. This candle has a lot of time left, so it might just go. It might not present a setup. The only, I kind of don't want to mention the potential for anticipation plays because I'm not an anticipation player. Like, I'm going to wait for this candle to close. The problem with anticipation plays is if it closes inside, most likely it's going to contest this candle, right? But here, this is the candle that you would use as your potential stop loss. If you're looking for this to potentially close outside, this candle right here would be the stop loss for that play. So there's the closure outside, right? So closure outside, stop loss would be this candle, little tiny push up here. Like, we could put it 815 if you want to give it some breathing room. You could put it at 820, give it 20 points because this could wick, but you want to see it hold below here, and then we want to see it push. We want to see it start push, and that's your confirmation. So there's a little bit of a push. It's not looking too strong yet. So pulling back in immediately, right? And there's that stop out right there, and that's what it would have gone out, right? Could it pull back down? Yes, it could pull back down, right? That's why if you wanted to give it a little bit of breathing room, that candle right here that contested the purple would be the candle for the potential to hold. And at the time, right, if you got stopped out here, this candle closes below, this is how I play this, right? If I got stopped out here, this candle closes below, I'm going to re-enter, and this candle will be my new stop loss candle, right? There, close below again. All right, let's see if it goes, right? And again, right, this is a part of the process. It is looking like it is fighting. What am I seeing here? Do I have anything on the 2? Nope, I have nothing on the 2. I have no, let me zoom out. Nothing on the 1. And there goes a little. It's kind of not moving, so I'm not liking it too much. Oh shoot, SPX is sitting on levels. So SPX is sitting on levels right here. If SPX holds these levels, this is pulling back in. So this is not, I did not look at SPX. So I am actually going to get out of this because I was not looking at SPX, how close it was to levels. SPX just filled this gap as well right here. Let me turn MVG on. You guys can see MVG. I do like an MVG. There's the MVG. Yep. Okay. So that's my fault. I did not look at SPX. I'll take the L on that one. Absolutely. That stack level below on SPX, that's what it was holding. So now it looks like we're going to contest some of that push up here if this continues to pull up into the range. Again, Fridays, you know, this is why Fridays tend to be my worst days. A lot of, you lost $2. There you go. See, a lot of little like choppy zones and everything here and there. So I want to be very cautious. Lunchtime volume drop could come in, but it is still looking like it wants to. Me, the 5 minute is still looking like it wants to come down. There's some weakness now on NQ. NQ definitely showing some weakness here, but I want to see it break and hold below here still. It's staying below that 820. Like 820 stop loss would have probably been way better, but again, it's SPX sitting up there. I'm not liking it. So if this candle closes inside the range, this is definitely going to make a push up and probably start following SPX. So there's going to be that level here. If it can stay above 810, but this is just still looking semi. There it goes. Now it's tracking up. Now there's a little bit of a push up on SPX and not much on NQ. So it's kind of stalling. NQ is in this tight space. It is in this tight space. There's definitely more room down than up for me. NQ still showing weakness. You see SPX pumping, NQ is not moving. So NQ is still showing some weakness. And there it goes. NQ is not buying the pull up. It is not buying the pull up at all. There it goes. Then it finally started going. The DOM's going crazy down here. There's something going on at 808 that the DOM's going crazy for. So the DOM is going crazy down here at 808. NQ definitely showing major weakness versus SPX. Yeah, there it goes. Now it's moving a little bit. All right. There it goes. Finally it left. I did re-enter it, but I played it extra cautious. And this closure outside right here, I entered at 809. Almost got 10 points. Already got out some of it at 5. Now I needed to break 800. And if that's all it gives me, if it breaks back up above, I'll be out of this. But part of this process is not being afraid, right? You're going to take L's along the way. That is perfectly normal. Let's see if this can continue to pull down into that 794 area. There's almost the 10 points right there. Come on. Give me 950. There it is. Boom. 10 points. There you go. There it goes. Now we're up. We're smooth sailing. There you go. Already made up for the L. And then some. Floating easy. I think I lost like $20 on that play. And now I'm up pretty damn good. There it goes. Boom. 20 points. Let's go, guys. Let's go, right? Lose some, win some. And there you go. Nice 20-point catch right there. Down to 794. Now, if it breaks and holds here, ripping through. That was a very weak bounce. Ripped right through it. It could keep going. This could keep going. Has a lot of room. Still going. If you're still in it, eat, baby. Eat. There you go. The better stop loss would have been this 820, like I said before, to give it some breathing room, right? But I got out, waited again. Still made the bread. Still made back what I lost and then some. Look at that. 30 points. 30 points right there. And NQ's weakness gave the tell for me. Once I saw that NQ flipped weak while SPX was pumping, I was like, okay, this looks like it's ready again. And there we go. Okay. Took a little 3-4 point loss, and now we ate on 30-point drop. Gold and silver still, man, silver and gold just keep pumping. All-time highs. Right? And this is the part, right? This is the part that I love, right? I lose trades during power hour here and there, right? We took that first trade, Guess what? I got stopped out. It still presented itself. Guess what? I re-entered it because I'm like, I still like it. I still follow the setup. Pulled back down, held, and went back down. Obviously, this 1 minute did occur. I was more looking at the 2 as well, but it still gave the move. Very, very solid. 5 minutes still looked bearish to me. Obviously, NQ's weakness looked there. See, Lobos, patience, baby. There you go, right? If you had your stop loss at 320, right above this candle right here, this 320 candle up there, you would have been perfectly fine. You would have never got stopped out. I played it a little tighter, didn't lose much at all, got back in it, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Slowly learning to jump back in like you've been doing good for the psychology. There you go, booty, right? The important thing, I will not stop emphasizing this, why sizing is so important. Because you have to contain the same consistent sizing based on your risk over and over and over again, right? That's why that sizing for the quantum challenge is in the quantum chat, pinned in the channel. It's pinned in there if you guys want to go check that out. Because sizing has to be consistent to the risk. Don't fluctuate, right? You're gonna go 6 micros on the 10 and 15 point risk, but you're gonna go on the same 6 micros when it's a 5 point risk. So you're gonna get fluctuating gains. You're not gonna be consistent. But there we go, guys. Beautiful short right off the bat. Beautiful. And the 5 minute still looks bearish. Obviously, SPX approached that next level, and it slightly bounced off of it. The 5 minute still looks like it wants to go. It has a lot of room down now. A lot of room down, y'all. Like next area right now. Yep. Look where okay. And again, right? The previous broken bearish candles, right? Look where it bounced. Boom. And now it's breaking through this, re-entering this zone right here, right? You can see the market structure, right? You can see where that one little candle built the structure right here. The next little point will be down here. There's no candle here for guidance. So this structure point might not be that strong. We could see a pull down all the way down to this level. Will it? We don't know. We don't know. Then after that, you got a blue candle all the way down at 674, which would be an insane move for it to get all the way down there. An insane move. All right, that candle trying to close below that next point. Could not. 2 minutes kind of sitting here. SPX ripping through its next level. And again, right, this is, I moved that line. Here's your next SPX blue candle. The next one after that, right down below. And there you go. Let's see. NQ still ripping, guys. Who's still holding this? You guys know me. I already got trailed out. But who is still holding this? Wow, this is a 40-point drop right now. Who is still in this? There you go, guys, right? Right off the bat already, 40 freaking points. We just started the class, and we're already done. We're done. That's it, 40 points. You're done. Call it a day. Don't chase a reversal. Don't chase anything else. If you're still in it, you're in it. I'm floating. I'm happy with what I took, right? I added like 200 to this account, like 150, 200 to this account. I'm already smooth sailing on this account, all right? Look at that account, right? This one is qualified for a payout for me as well. That's actual funded account. And obviously in my pro account, right? Again, same setups I play, and here's my pro account. My Degen Friday Pro. Still going. 50-point drop. 50-point drop. Still going, baby. Like each level you can track it as it goes. You can leave a runner, keep going if it's breaking through the areas, breaking through levels. What a meltdown. Look at this, right? Almost identical to Wednesday when we caught that 300-point drop. Almost identical. Isn't it funny how identical these are, right? The exact same setups from that 160-point trade on Power Hour 2 days ago, that 300-point drop that same day before Power Hour, that day 5, and now a 50-point drop on day 6. Repetitive. It's the same thing. Nothing changes. That's why I'm as consistent as I am. If people don't want to believe it, screw them. If they don't want to, they're missing out. This is so freaking easy. Like unbelievably easy. When you're in control, you don't go degen, right? Because I have my degen moments. I take it out on evals in certain accounts. That's going to happen. But guess what? The majority of my accounts are going to be perfectly fine when I stick to my rules and I wait for my setups. I'm not just randomly clicking because I'm bored. Beautiful drop, y'all. That was beautiful. So if anybody has questions, now's the time to ask because that was it. We pop in, we catch that short. That's a session, guys. There we go. We're done already. We're done. So let's start scrolling through. This is gonna be the shortest, potentially the shortest day 6 video here. All right, vamos 810. Wifey jealous. In shorts, you've been in it since 824. Very nice G57. Very nice, brother. Retesting topside orb SPX. Could be, absolutely. It is there, right? It's almost there. That's a blue line I have from that blue candle. It's right here. There's a bunch of levels right above the orb, so it definitely could come down there. What's up? What's up, JD? Scat. Yeah, Scat. You're already looking at it by the looks of it, huh? I've gotten so much better at playing the chop. You got it, Rich. I'm glad, dude. I'm glad that you're seeing it now, man, because that's that part of the market where I feel like if you can master it, you can eat so much off of it. And there are so many low risk trades in the chop. That's what I love about it. The chop trades are so freaking low risk, and they sometimes play out beautifully. All right, it's popping back in. Nice little setup there. If it pops back in and holds over 82, it definitely could contest some of that zone. SPX filled the gap right off the bat on that push. Did fill a gap, but again, be cautious because it has to close above. If it doesn't close above, we'll see if we see another failed bullish move. But if it closes above, it might contest this whole little area. SPX needs to pop over its gap, and there it goes. It's popping above. It's just going for it. There's no chill there. But again, right, I'm not looking for trades right now anymore. I'm really happy with that drop. I used to get killed by the micros, micro signals. I'm waiting for trades. Let's go, Rich. Let's fucking go, Rich. I'm in the short since 11. There you go, Juan. Lost $2. Got in at 25.85. Hey, way to go, Juan. I got in a 12 box. There you go. 810 zone is diabolical. Yep, it did, and it finally gave out. Why do the 1 minute levels disappear when they are broken through? When they are broken through, they disappear. They're invalidated. So once they're broken through, that's when that level will disappear. Now, you still will treat that level, right? You will treat the level breaks the exact same thing like way you treat the candle breaks, right? If a level breaks, then what's potentially going to happen? It's going to become resistance, just like a candle, right? A bullish candle breaks, then it becomes resistance. That's what you look. The tell is the exact same, right? The setups are repetitive, super repetitive. The entries are repetitive. Break, retest, go. Break, retest, go. That's it. That's all there's to it. So same thing. If a level breaks, then you look to see if that level becomes resistance now because it was a support zone. Low level for support or resistance, right? Depends on where the actual level is. So you want to keep an eye, right? If a level, let's actually look. There was a few of them over here before, right? Here's an example of one. Right, this level right here on the 1 minute. Let's let NQ do its thing. It's pumping right now. Broke back into that zone and is pumping. Right here. This one was one I eyeballed, and this is where I got in along over here, and Logan did too. Logan called it on Power Hour, saying it's about a rip. I already saw it. I was already in it because I saw that level break, and then it started to hold. So you see, each candle started to close above that previous level that was resistance, right? That level that formed at 53.50, crossed down, got flipped, support, shot up. Failed bearish move, confirming your uptrend, shot up. Night and day. Simple. You start seeing this when it gets tight like this, it gets ugly. It does get ugly when it gets tight like this. I do not like the action lines being stuck together like this. But you tend to see the same thing. Crossed down, failed, pushed up, and this was just violent push. Crossed down, failed, violent push. It was coming for this level. I saw it coming for this level. I was waiting patiently for this level. I saw that break above, waited for this candle, saw that broke below. I liked it. This was my stop loss. Boom. The reaction I was looking for. And you could see where the setups were. From the beginning of the open, right? Whoops, moved it. And these are sauce boxes, so let me get rid of the sauce boxes. All right, there we go, right? The opening setup. There was a clean opening setup right here at 9:16 a.m., okay? I played this on an eval very lightly, caught a little push, Boom. Then guess what I did? Then I played the break of this right here. Break, little hold. I had my stop loss set a little close to this level just in case because I didn't want to eat too much of that. And then the violent push up. Then it came back down, little crossover. Had a little opportunity to get in on a potential test, level hold, pulled all the way down to the stack of levels, bounced, hard bounce, pushed up, nice little quick rejection for a pull back down to the levels, right? And then the A++ that we look for, that I look for, into that monster pull up. So I hope that all this is starting to piece really well together. And then guess what happened after, right? Where is the confirmation for that move? There's your break. A huge wick retest. Closed above. Rocket ship. And then you see it over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Same thing on repeat all day, any time of the day. Setups all day. You don't have to be trading at a specific time. You can find these setups all freaking day. Okay. The better the volume, the quicker the move will happen, but it is night and day. You can see the progressions really well. You can see the reactions on these candles. Eat off of that. Low risk entries all over the place. All over the place. Control your sizing. Okay. So hopefully that helped. I kind of veered off of the question a little bit, but I hope the question still answered because I go on these fun rants. All right. Just made the wins bigger. Yeah. Broke the 824 candle when this confirmed continuation. Patience. There you go. Slowly learning to jump back in. Let's go, booty. Bounce right off the top of the purple. Agree. Got some of the short too. Let's go, Trina. Well, I went in with only one micro, so I couldn't TP, but I stayed in it until the pullback. Let's go, Scat. Very nice. Cheese 57 was holding. Yep, you guys were in it. Holding. Could have had a lot more, but only 3 micros. But don't think that way, booty. Don't think that way. No coulda, shoulda, woulda. That leads to that degen state of thinking that, oh, last time it played out, I'm going to go heavier. No. Keep your consistency. Then, right? Then when you start getting payouts left and right, then you can start buying these accounts with those payouts that you can have your fun with. Have your fun with house money. Don't have fun with your actual hard-earned money. Like, don't do that. What do you do when you find yourself bored trading? I usually have an eval that I don't care about ready to load. And it tends to be a big size one that I don't care about, but I still like to still follow the rules in terms of stop losses. Like, I always respect my stop losses, period. That's become a part of my routine because I always know where my stop loss is. So if I get bored trading, if I don't see where potential stop loss is, I'm not going to get into the trade. But I do find myself getting bored trading time and time again. But I take it out on like an eval that I don't care about. But, that varies where at the state of where you're at, right? You might not have an eval you don't care about. You're trying to get to that payout phase and then that consistency phase where you can get these payouts and then build a little arsenal of accounts, right? I have my F around Find Out Friday accounts. I have my FOMC account. So, that's what you want to do. The 842 level held like a champ. It did, David. How did I get my trading view to not lag behind the DOM? It shouldn't. I mean, are you logged into TradingView with your prop? Like if you look here, right? Your Tradovate, you can log in to your prop. As long as your prop has Tradovate, log out, right? If you log out, you'll have delayed data. But if you log in, where did the thing go? Okay, it just vanished after I logged out. Great. Okay, let me get F11. Where did it go? Okay, that was interesting. It's usually down here, and now it's gone. All right, do I go trade? All right. Oh, they moved it. I don't remember this being up here. All right, well, if this is what it looks like on yours, hit trade, log in with Tradevate. You have your credentials, connect, and boom, you should have data. Hopefully that helps a little bit, but it should not be lagging. It should not be lagging. Like what I see on here right now, it's at like 80650, 807. That's exactly where my DOM is. It should not be lagging. So if you're lagging, make sure you keep an eye on it. I think that signal actually played out really well. I mean, and SPX did it too. Almost went for that gap, rejected right below the level, but it is in this. This is that same zone where it pulled down before. So it looks like it rejecting there right now. It's testing this 2-minute level there, but again, 2-minute levels aren't that strong. The 1 and the 5 are, so you're seeing it kind of rip through a little bit. Look at that. Look at that zone rejecting. Our previous area pulled in, tested some of it, pulled out. Putting levels on these quantum candles helps so much. It does see levels. You can actually see where the points are, like where you can see, and then when you add it, right, you can see where the bounce is potentially strong. When you see a nice strong bounce, after you're like, okay, this might actually go. If you see a weak bounce, oh, that kind of looks like it might try to break that level. It might try, but you want to see it kind of start creeping through it. You don't want to see it bounce hard and then kind of come back down and then bounce again. You want to see it kind of hover underneath it and then stay and then start to crack through it. That's kind of like the same thing with MOC. When you see MOC, when I'm reading MOC, right? If it's in between levels, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be waiting for the level reaction. And then once we get to the level reaction, I'm going to be eyeballing what it's going to do there. Yesterday was a good example. I think there was a level at 42, 742 or somewhere, where it peaked up, hit it, and then it just kept hovering right below it. And it kept cracking through, and then it, boom, it pushed through it and went to the next level. Putting levels in quantum. Why does the 1 minute level disappear? So yeah, so when the 1 minute level breaks through it, when a 1 minute candle breaks through it, it will eliminate the level. But again, you still can keep an eye on it. It becomes its own potential area of interest. Go back and watch day 4 challenge. I explain how the crosses occur, right? If they occur very close to each other, right? This right here is ugly as hell, but this whole area could become like a little zoney zone, right? Where all the crosses were occurring on the 1 minute. Or where it was like intertwined, right? You had a little cross here and then a cross up here and a cross up here. It would be a huge box. This would be the better little box right here, where you have the 2 crosses right here, right? Right at that top area. But if you wanted to extend it, you could extend it to these 2 down here as well. So there's 2 right down here, that little area, and then there. And you could combine that as well, but it'll be bigger. And oh, look at that. You know, look where that wick came in. This area became support at first when it broke through, broke down, became resistance. So that's that little, this right here, if you are new, go back and watch day 4. I explain what this is exactly. And it is where you have these crosses that occur really close to each other. And those can become little zones. I see them. I don't need to box them because I know where they are. I've done this for a long time, so I can visually see them. But for the visual learners, you can see how those zones get repeatedly tested, and those strong areas of interest, they become that, right, where these levels form. And then vice versa. Let's go back for the new folks that might be in here, where the crosses occur in the same vicinity, right? Sometimes they occur a little bit spaced out, right? This occurred at 712. This occurred at about 717. So you can almost kind of do the same thing here, 712, 717. Right? But this whole 712, 717 area, if it does manage to come back to it, it got close. This will be an area I will keep an eye on. This is an area that there was definitely some sort of fight or rejection or reaction to, right? Same thing down here, right? Where do all these crosses occur, right? There's one here at 612, one here at 614, one here at 609. So this 609, 612, that's a whole little area, right? There was actually one right here too, right here at 603. So this whole area at the open, this is where the price was fighting, right? You could put it together like that. And this is like below that, push down, you have levels. Above that, push up, and then you can see this. When it finally started holding above this whole thing, then you had your rocket ship. Broke above the purple candle, your confirmed failed bearish move. So you can start piecing it all together. Okay? But everything should look clean in terms of action The failed bullish and bearish moves are clear as day because you're only looking at the quantum candles. You're not looking at anything else. The only candle I care about after, right, I'm looking at my quantum candles. The only candles I care about afterwards are the ones that actually break the quantum candles. That is it. Okay. Awesome. All right. I actually feel more comfortable playing off your levels than your blue and purple. Hey, you do what works for you, Pink. Rich. What works for you, man? Again, right? You can dissect that however you want. You can use the confirmations however you want. That's up to you, right? Look at this, right? You can see now the flip is being confirmed with the failed bearish candles, right? You had your first one here. Now you got your second one here. You see that little progression. Boom, boom, boom. Now it's pushing up, right? Which one is it fighting now? That one, right? Super tight choppy chops right here, right? It's fighting this one right here. Needs to close above that one, then needs to close above that one to potentially test that one again. And you can see where these little points, right? Oh, it's like, why is it slowing down here? Why is it not moving here? You can see why. You can like literally see why. This whole area. That's why. You can see like where the wicks get formed. You can see it all. And it becomes like you're reading the freaking Matrix. It's really freaking cool. Like it feels like you just hacked into the whole system of whatever's happening in the market. Why do the 1 minute levels appear? I actually feel more comfortable. If anyone uses order blocks, they are great. Support pair. Yep. So some of you guys may use order blocks. I personally don't, but I've seen people that do. And if they pair nicely with you, absolutely go for it. Past 2 props since challenge started. Let's go, Juan. Let's fucking go, dude. I'm on funded now. I'm up 150 on both accounts so far. Take your time, Juan. Right? The flip from funded from eval to funded, it's a new little thing. But once you start getting comfortable, man, it becomes routine. It just becomes routine because you're doing the same thing. Nothing changes. All right. Up to 50 so far. Also made 350 on my small cash Webull account. Wow, dude. I started with 250. Love you and QS. I wish I did this when I started. Only been futures trading for 2 to 3 months. Juan, you're that new. Then that's why you picked it up really fast. Something I've learned, if you come in with zero bias, you will pick this up fast. People that come in with all these biases that the market's going to do this, the market's got to do that, oh, my thing is telling me this and that, right? And they don't read those little movements here and there where you can eat. They struggle. They tend to struggle. And sometimes it's hard. I get it, because it's hard to erase everything that you think you knew or you learned. And then you see something kind of defying it, and it's really weird. Like, I understand that 1,000%. This is quantum is so unique, like so unique. There's nothing like it out there. It blows people's mind, like that. The fact that I can use this for MOC and use reading and everything, and like I'm as consistent as I am because of it. So that's awesome, bro. Like, that's really awesome. So I didn't know that you were that new into trading. So that explains why you picked that up so fast. So congrats, bro. I'm really happy for you. Very happy for you. Check out the double level A44 stack. If I would just wait for the right move, I wouldn't be blowing funded. Yes, Pink. Patience. Patience. You have to be patient, right? How are you going to determine the right move, though? Right? Ask yourself that question. What is that move that I'm looking for? Please, I can't emphasize this enough. Please, if you are struggling and you're entering trades and you're losing and you don't know why, screenshot it. Please, like, don't be embarrassed of your losses. Don't. There's no reason to. Take the screenshot. Hey, I entered this trade. It didn't play out. Can someone help me break it down? I don't see it. I don't know what happened. We love doing that. I'm very active in that chat. Very active in there. And if I don't break it down, somebody will, and I always review someone. When someone breaks it down, I review what they say. And if they said exactly what I do, I'll put a little symbol in there or I'll respond with it. And that's going to help everyone learn together, because when people that have been playing with quantum, they understand it and they're explaining it, and then they get the confirmation from me that, yes, that's right, that helps them too. So it becomes this little effect of everyone's learning off of everybody, and you get better and better and better as you teach it, because I've gotten better and better and better at it as I've taught everything of mine, right? The sauce box, I played the sauce box a certain way. As I started teaching it, it started evolving. because I started noticing these little things that I was like, oh crap, same thing, right? Same thing with Quantum. When me and Owen were playing with the indicator and when we were first bringing it up, I didn't play the blue candles. I was only playing the purples. That's it. I wasn't playing the blue. And then Owen's like, the blues are the opposite of the purples. Yeah, I know, but like they don't. I don't know. Like I'm not like super confident in them. Then we started going there and nitpicking everything, and then we were like, oh crap, you know what? You're right. They're kind of similar. The only thing the blues don't do that the purples do is that retracement, that cheat code, that retracement play on the purples. That's the only thing blues don't do. But that everything else is the same, right? The crossovers, the reactions on the candles, everything else is pretty much the same. Do the quantum candles have to be back? They have to be, in terms of the solid range, I want them to be back to back in the same price, right? You could widen it up and that will technically be your wider range, but I'm going to eat off whatever is back to back to back. I want them to be in that same, because this is going to give you your nice tight range, right? So here, let me show you guys this, right? So here, right, this little tight range, then I have the top of this purple up here. If you look at it, what does it look like? Like an orb. Top, mid, bottom, right? So unless it can break up here, they won't challenge up here. And you can see, right, what is it doing? It broke back into the orb, right? It broke back into the orb, contested the center of orb, rejected. Rejected once, rejected twice. So that's a little bit of chicken there on how I treat my setups and things. A little bit of chicken there for you guys. So you can start seeing it. You can start visualizing it. And then you can see, right, top, mid, bottom. And then it becomes easier. Then you have a new blue down here, right? Then that's where it got moved to. So you got all this space in here to eat off of. And you have a lot of room down, right? Same thing down here, right? This blue one formed on the one. Now you have all this down here, right? You have a level down there as well. Then you can start seeing all these little areas. Once it pulled up here, broke in here, pushed up, kind of came down. Obviously you have a level below, pulled back up, and now it's rejecting. Rejecting back. Could it test down here? Possibly. But again, right, you have to be patient. Look at the 2 minute, right? The 2 minute did build a range. The 2 minute range now would be here and up here. This was that purple right here that barely broke, but I will delete that line for now. All right, and here's your current 2 minute range. Same idea, right? You got your big blue that's out here, right? This will be your final area. If you want to see a pull down, you want to see close below that guy, then you want to see it close below this guy, right? And then you could plot this on your 1 minute. If the range on the higher time frame is forming, I do like to play the range on the higher time frame off of the 1 minute. So what I'm going to be looking for, right, if you guys don't know how to use these crossbars, right, you can take the crossbars off if you want, right? I have it here, but you can also make the adjustments up here, right? I have the crossbar. You could do a dot, you could do an arrow, so that I can kind of match the areas of range, right? If my 2 minute range is up here, right, what am I going to do? I'm going to push my line right there. Boom, right there. So there's my 2 minute range right here on this candle right there. Then the bottom, you got this one and this one. So guess what I can do? I can draw that right here on the 1 minute. That's on that bottom. And then this one, let's see if it lines up with that. Nope, that blue one goes a little further. The 2 minute blue would be right there. And then you have these little chop zones. Breaks through here, then contests here. You got this area where you have that level. So then it breaks here, needs to break this and this. So here we go. Let's watch. And then these are those little zones of chop. Like, how much room do you have in between? Is it worth it? Is it going to be a potential like low risk? If you want to play that chop, how low risk is it going to be? Like, is it going to be worth it? And then that's what it would look like on the 1 minute. And you can see the space in between, right? Pulled up, rejected the top, broke back down, rejected here, right? This is your stop loss candle. Again, on repeat, the same thing. Stop loss candle is that purple candle. Stop loss will be 24, entry 17, move to the down, right? Same thing. Watch. Let's see if we see this pull down to that bottom side. Here, break in, a little bit of a retest. That'd be your stop loss. But is this enough room for me to risk whatever that stop loss is? If it's not, I don't take it. But I want there to be enough room for there to be a potential to eat something off of that, right? If you entered up here at 791, it almost gave you 10, but not quite, right? This bottom area needs to get touched and then broken, and you have a little bit of levels and everything in here. So if it breaks back up, it's probably going to be cooked. So I don't like this space. You can see how tight that is versus this. That looks way better than this. So I wouldn't play this personally, right? It's too tight. I want there to be more room. This is how I eat on the chop, right? Could it go? Yes, it could. It's doing it right now. There it goes, right? There's almost a 10. There you go. There it is. This is how I play the chop, guys. So it's everything is defined. Everything has the area, right? There's the level tap, right? It's fun for me. This is so much fun to see play out over and over and over again. Because again, right? Would I enter this trade? No. Does it play out sometimes? Yes. Do I care if it does? No. I don't get FOMO. I don't. I follow my rules. I stick my routine. There it goes, right? Breaking the level. Guess what's next? Right? You're seeing it. Right? If it has to close below it, it's got 18 seconds. But you can see each area, right? From here to here, not a whole lot of room. From here to here, definitely more room, but you have the level in between. And guess what you treat that like, right? What do you guys see? Top, mid, bottom. Top, mid, bottom. it's you just see them everywhere, right? You hear me saying orb is king, and I say it for a reason. It's trying to push through to that bottom of the blue, but it's struggling to hold underneath 71. The DOM is going crazy. Every time it pulls to that 69, 68, the DOM speeds up. So there is reaction here for sure. The DOM is speeding up over here. Yep, there it goes. Look at that. And back down. Pulls up to 74. Hard pull down. The DOM gets really fast down there at 69. There it goes. Look at that. And that's where you can use the DOM as the extra confluence, is to look at the reaction. Oh, yeah, it gets really jerky down there at 70. Like, that was a hard spike. I saw it tap 71 and then spiked up. There it goes in. So it's like each time it pulls down, it spikes up 5 points. Pulls down, spikes up 5. But again, candle closure. Here comes the candle closure. Now it's going to eliminate the level. That's a tippy tip break. Tippy tip break. You want to see this next candle hold below and really go for it. But it is stuck right now in between that zone. All right. So for me, this level, right, if you put the line back in, right, look at that candle. Look at that break. That's a tippy tip break. And we're going to work on this. We're going to fix this so that the tippy tip breaks do not eliminate the level. That's a part of the next update that we're working on. And look at that spike up, right? This is how you avoid getting faked out. That's a tippy tip break, not a clean break. That area is still an area for that. That's how you avoid fake outs. Don't go in on tip breaks, right? We don't play the tip game. Okay, awesome. So pink profit, right? Please, please, please. And this started off with your, I don't even know what caused me to veer off, but please, please share those losing trades. Do not feel embarrassed. There's nothing to feel embarrassed about. All we're doing is teaching, and I want you to learn. I want you to succeed. Please. Okay. If it's got to do with saucebox and stuff, obviously in the student channel, but with the quantum setups, right? We break it down to the T. Then you start seeing how simple it becomes. Then you can start reading everything. You could start reading all these little areas of reaction over and over and over again, right? The 71 right here was an area. And again, right, the DOM is a good confluence as well. Like that 70 area was reacting. I saw the DOM going crazy. If you guys don't know what that is, go look at the DOM, right? I do teach. I go into it in my session, in my one-on-one. I do go into it and I show them exactly what I look for. I show them how I enter, how I trail, how I do the whole thing. But you don't need to take coaching to learn how to do it. If you go look at it yourself, you'll start seeing, right? Piece it together. Go look at your DOM. When you see the DOM, usually it'll move in a certain pace, right? During New York, obviously it's faster, but then when it hits an area, it starts like speeding up. It starts getting like, and then you'll see a jerk. You see it go down, and you start seeing that. And then if you can put that together with what you see on your chart, then you're like, this is an area. This is an area. And that 71 was an area. Look how it held. Launched up 30 points. Like that. Like that. All right. Do the quantum candles have to be back to back within a range? Yes, they do have to be back to back to be a legitimate range, right? Again, right? You would see the zones, you can start piecing it together just like that, but you want to see them back to back. For them to be considered a true range, I want to see them back to back. But again, right, I said, if it breaks this part up top, it will contest this part up top. If there's nothing below it, right? If this breaks here and there's nothing below it, then it's got room until it gets to another area. Obviously, you have that candle there, and then so on and so forth. But yes, for the quantum ranges, you want them to be back to back. All right. So right now, right, all we got is that guy, that guy, that guy. All right, it's opening up a little bit. Boom. Okay, so that's what we got right now. We got boom, boom, boom. Definitely some space for potential push up, but it needs to hold this area. It's trying to push back down. The 2 minute, and the 5 minute still looking a bit funky. SPX is just trapped. So SPX is definitely looking ugly. All right, it's got that level here. It's got that blue candle here. So SPX is trapped in a bunch of levels, and Q is kind of free floating at the moment, other than that A12 and these blue candles here. So if this breaks here, that will be invalidated. Boom. That blue one's gone. Now you got this guy. Breaks there. Potentially going to test that 70, 61 area again, but right now it looks like it's trying to hold. Dom's kind of a little bit. It's not going crazy here, so it might not be that strong of an area, but it doesn't mean it won't hold it. Do the quantum candles? Again, those order blocks are great with quantum. All right, yes, okay. I think I keep going back and forth, and my thing keeps adjusting. Yeah, I'm logged in during high volatility. It does. That's weird. It shouldn't lag, booty. Like it shouldn't. Like I've never experienced lag. Like even in high volatility, when I'm looking at my chart and it says 780, my DOM's at 780 and a quarter. Obviously, right now it's 775. My DOM was there. Quick spiked up. I saw it spike up, back down. Yeah, I'm not seeing the lag. 775, 775. Obviously, if you don't have them next to each other, you know, you're going back and forth, you're gonna see some differences. But for the most part, they're like, at least for me, they're right on. Yeah. It does lag by a little when it comes to candle movements compared to Tradevate. Are you talking about Tradevate's candles or the DOM though? Because I know when you're charting, it might be slightly different on the chart, but on the DOM, I'm not sure because I don't see, like I see at 795, I see at 795, and then it's moving to 75. Yeah, 795. Yeah, like what I'm seeing as I'm going back and forth. There might be a little tiny lag. I mean, it takes me like a millisecond to go back and forth, but as I'm looking at where it is, 745, yeah, it's there, and then 7195, it's there. I don't know. So yeah, that might. I don't know. I don't know how to help you there, unfortunately. Basically, my biggest challenge so far is when a trade runs without me, but it continues trying to know when to enter. Example with the run at 10 a.m. So the run at 10 a.m. that varies, right? You sometimes, right, especially with a big run. If you have room for it to go, I hold my runners. Like my runners will run, right? I say my runners running. My runners are collecting the most. That's it. Like I always get out of my initial entries, my initial sizing at those 5 or 10. Like if I'm risking 10 points, obviously I'm not always going to try to get out at 5. The majority of the time when a play really plays out, the first step I always do is put my stop loss. So the majority of the time, by the time I put my stop loss, the play's already going. I don't even get to take out at 5. I'm taking out immediately at 10, and then I'm letting my runners run. And then by there, you know, you just have to either depends on where you're risking. So if I have 4 micros, if I'm going in with 4 micros, right? If I already went past the 10 points, I'm going to get out 2, and I'm going to have 2 running. So I might let one run a little deeper than the other one. So I might let one run from entry and one maybe 5 points behind it. I might let one run 5 points behind it and the other one 10 points behind that. But I'm not going to give much of that green back at all. You know, so it adds up really fast, right? Even with 4 micros on a 10 plus point move, that's $80 plus. That's almost $100. And then the runners can easily collect more. You guys have seen how many times my runners are up $100, $50, $60. That's on top of the already $80, $90 I made. So that can vary, right? The runners is something that, you know, again, I don't hold every trade that long because not every trade is going to move that much. And that's going to help you stop feeling that FOMO of, well, it ran last time, maybe it'll run this time, and you tend to hold a trade longer than you should, and you let that green trade turn red instead of just accepting that, waiting for the next setup, and if it goes, it goes. It's okay. It's okay. I get a lot of trades where I don't catch the whole move, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't care if I do or don't. No, I don't know. Maybe if you actually pay attention to trade view, it would be when and not if I get this payout, I'm gonna get the premium trade view. I use the Dom on trade of 8. Maestro, if we can come back to the 842 level, would you look for the same trade again? Only if I see the same reaction. Only if I see that same reaction, right? So we got to this 42 level, right? I didn't get in until I saw that guy, right? Did it set up a 3Z? Potentially. It did set up for a 3 bar. But I saw that level there. I liked that rejection, right? And my risk was only like 5 points. So I tested it. I got in with the 5-point risk and caught that massive drop. You know, I know where my stop loss is. Again, right? Saw the pull up, saw the rejection. That was my stop loss. If it broke through, potential 3Z, it did not. It failed hard, pulled down. You have a trigger for that correct candle that breaks the quantum candle. Yes, yeah, that is my issue. That's what's kicking my ass. So what's kicking your guys' asses? I've been lagging on trading view also. Also my stop loss set, and it goes 10 ticks over before executing. Huh? It goes 10 ticks over. That's really weird, y'all. I've never had that issue. You guys are having that issue? Yeah, that's why I don't like having a morning bias. I've seen so many people fail because of it. Yep. So questions I notice sometimes the 1 minute lines will cross, but it doesn't, but it really doesn't. Yeah, that's why you wait. Make the move, but then the 5 minute comes in and then it makes the move. Does it usually go in the direction of the line? So usually, right, you want to wait for the closure because of this, right? You saw that pull up, but when you have these areas, obviously you have that purple candle right here, right? When you have these areas to look out for right here, I'm not getting into this unless it breaks that. And if it breaks this, do I have room to collect? Right? We already knew 842 rejected first. Doesn't mean it's not going to get up there and test it one more time. But I want there to be room. Like this is a clean. Exactly that question you asked. Why you have to wait. Wait for those crosses and those levels to form and hold. Because if you don't, you're going to get faked out. This was about to, and it failed. It failed. It could not break through that 830 and then went the other way. And then you saw that failed bullish move play. Okay. So always be patient. Be patient, right? You're not going to catch every single one. Not every single one is going to give you that clean A++ setup. It's not going to cross inside or behind, right? This one did cross behind. Tested that candle right here before it took right off again, right? Oh, if I entered here, if I had my stop loss here, would have taken you out? Yes, it would have, right? But it still had this guy back here holding the fort. Nice wake up. There's your push up again. This 780 held again. So that's, if you guys are experiencing that lag, that's really weird. I've never experienced lag. I always do market buy. When I show my students, like when I show them how I trade on Trade of 8, I always do market buy, market sell, and I always get the entries. Like every once in a while, I'll get really crappy, like not super crappy, but I'll be off by a couple points or a point for my entry. But it's never like really, really bad. I love that about how you're super involved, and we appreciate it. Thanks, V Pizzle. Clean signals from quantum today. Bluffing, yep, very clean. When it comes to a down movement, are we looking for retracement breaks through the blue candles or also the bottom of the purple as well as it falls? No, we're not looking for blue retracements at all, right? I'm just looking for the space I have from the break to the next blue candle for move. That's it. Like I'm not looking at that. Like the only time I'm ever playing retracements is if I'm playing a retracement, which is rare again, right? Is on these purples that do not get contention, right? And I'm looking at the midpoint. I'm looking at the midpoint. The midpoint of that candle would be around 835. It got really close over here. I would almost consider this a contention fill already because that's super close to the center. So I wouldn't be playing this like I would normally be playing a purple candle for retracement. But again, right, this is secret menu item stuff, and I don't play these a whole lot. Usually I will hold a runner to potentially get to it, but sometimes my runner doesn't make it all the way. It gets really close. But guess what? I stopped being a dick for a tick a long time ago, right? Where I don't care if it gets to it. If it gets really close, I'm still green as hell. I'm still happy with what it gave me. If it gets there, cool. If it doesn't, I don't care. I got my money, right? But let's go look at an example. I think I just moved that line by accident. Yeah. All right. All right. This is why these trades are pretty risky. Obviously, this one, right? No retracement, pulled down to the level, retraced immediately. Let's see. Are there any more right here? Here's one right here, right? This one right here. No contention. The blues don't always do the same thing. Sometimes you'll see it like this, but they don't always do the same thing like these guys do. Like these guys are on repeat. On repeat. Boom. Level. Boom. Like on repeat. One up here, right? Obviously this one up here, same thing. There's a fill. There's a fill. Kind of like Quantum's little gap fills in a way with these purple candles. But I don't treat the blues the same way. The blues, I look for them as levels of potential support and resistance because it will come down, right? Sometimes it taps it, sometimes it doesn't. And the purples are the same way. You look at them as potential resistance and support. But again, the purples get retraced at a high rate, at a very high rate. There are a bunch of blue candles way far down that have not been retraced ever. Ever. That are way down. That's the only reason those, right? The market likes to go up more than it goes down. So eventually those get retraced, and they get retraced at a high freaking rate. So hopefully that answered your question, David. When it goes to a down movement, are we only looking for retracement breaks? So we're only like when we're looking for down movements, right? Anything, if you're looking for a short, wait for level reaction, wait for your confirmation of broken blue candles for that continuation down move. Because once you start seeing the down move, and if it's confirmed down move, you'll see the blues and you'll see them get broken. Then when it flips, you're going to see the opposite, right? There's the flip over here where it broke, pushed up. Now it's coming back to retest it pretty violently, right? You had that level above. Now it's coming back to retest that broken purple right here where it broke, pushed up, a little bit of a wick. Now it breaks in. Again, we're going to contest this area again. Let's see if it does. Let me look at the 2, the 5. I'm going to get rid of that. SPX looks ugly. Like, look at this. SPX is surrounded. Like, you got stack level above and below. It is getting really tight on SPX. So if anything's screaming chop, SPX is screaming insane range chop to me right now. That whole zone. And right now, NQ held on to that 89.90, pushing back up. Now it's filling in this candle. Now, if you want to see the continuation push, right, you want to see this candle fully get contested, then broken, and then the 812 challenged. But there's not a whole lot of room between here and here. And it's getting stuck too, right? You can see how NQ is starting to get stuck in between all these candles too. So this is where I would be sitting on my hands, until there's a potential down move from 761. From 90 to 12, or from 90 to 03. That's only 13-ish points, but it looks like it's trying to cross down now. The 2 minutes also giving another bearish push. So your 2-minute range is now over here. All right. And then this will be the final boss down here at 760 for a real good move potentially. Your 5-minute, oh, the 5-minute's trying to break that blue one now. Your 5-minute, right, did give you this purple up here and that blue down here, 776. So this is where your 5-minute range is sitting, 2-minute range, and you have little tiny 1-minute ranges stuck in between all of that. This is where you avoid it. This is where, you know what? I don't want to get eaten up in this, so I'm going to sit on my hands here. Because all this is getting tight. You have resistance, you have little support zones. Now you got another blue coming in. So now it's kind of building some support up. You're just stuck in here. You're stuck in the 790, 800 area. Let's see what ATR looks like right now. It's at 1150. So yeah, about each candle's got about 10 points of movement, just about. Pluffin, you playing with. There you go, yeah. You're holding up all the way up there. Dang, you've been holding on to that trade for a long time. Damn, bro. And that's on the 1 minute. Very nice, Pluffin. I see you've been killing it, brother. Thank you for that. Each of your lessons, I catch something new. Awesome, Pink Profit. I'm glad. Yes, I have been. Now to trading and found it pretty easy. Should I be entering elsewhere? I mean, Ken. I mean, here's with it with everybody, right? Trade where you're comfortable trading. Does everyone need to learn how to trade on the DOM? No. Do I love the DOM? Yes. Did I try trading on TradingView and Trade of 8's charts? Yes. Did I like it? No. I went back to the DOM immediately. I just love the DOM. That's just what I like. Not everybody will love it. Some people just don't. They don't have to. You can definitely still take decent trades off of the charts. I just personally have my reasons not to. I don't like the slippage. I don't like the little bit of delay. That's just me, right? Does it happen all the time? No, but it happens enough for it to bug me, where I'm just like, no. That was just my experience. Trading from TV adds another hop on the internet to your broker and delays your orders. Use your broker prop firm account. Trade of 8 way. Yep. Orb, that's very true, Ken. Yeah, that's why connecting it to Trade of 8 is important, right? When you're doing it, but even then, sometimes you'll still experience some slippage. Like look at these barriers, right? You got some more bearish candles forming up now. So it's getting really tight. SPX is just floating in between here. It's not moving. This is ugly as hell. I don't know what it's waiting for. It's 12:20 lunchtime, so I guess that's lunchtime range. Orb is the only thing I learned before joining MOT. I was following a guy that was doing a style of ICT. Yeah, ICT is all over the place for me, right? The stuff that Izzy and Llama use are like the most basic parts of ICT that I guess have that repetition. And it works for them. They make a killing off of it. So absolutely works for them. For me, it's not consistent enough, right? But again, they go for like big plays. I don't go for big plays. I am not patient enough to hold on a trade for more than 3 minutes. Like if I trade lasts more than 3 minutes, I'm like, like hurry up, get me the hell out of this, But we're all different. That's the beauty of it. Like I can collect the same amount of points. Those guys will hold the trade all day, get like 100, 150, and meanwhile, I've gotten like 50 on this account, 30 on this account, 20 on this account, 40 on this account, 30 on this account, like 5 or 6 accounts, 20, 30 points. I collected all that in less time. But everyone's different. So, it varies. You play the style that fits you and suits you. I played that 319. you guys being degens in the chop. But as long as it's controlled, is there a slight change to the method for metal? Nope, it's the exact same thing for metals. Let's go to metals. Let's look at gold. And a little bit of sauce there. All right. I'm going to have to have my wife edit that part. That was a little bit of sauce right there. All right. It's the exact same thing on metals. Okay. Here is gold, right? Let me get rid of these. Okay. You can see, obviously, you can see the clean signals. You can see the reaction to the levels, right? Another signal, right? There was an attempted break of this purple candle. Broke right back in. But you can see all the same movements. All right. See the break, the retests, a little bit of a gold. Okay, so metals do spike up a little bit more, but you can see the breaks, the retest, the pull downs, then another blue formed. Kind of gave you that tell that this thing wanted to push up. Each time you see a blue candle, finally when it broke through the purples, right? This one failed, pushed up again, failed, pulled down. Then it started breaking, holding, then another down push. Now that previous break that was resistance, that zone that was resistance turned support, and then you just start seeing the progression. Break, retest, go. Right? We are stuck up here right now. And again, be cautious with all-time highs. Be very cautious with all-time highs because you are going to get funky price movement, period. When you're in discovery mode and all-time highs, you're going to get funky price movement. There's no avoiding that. I don't like to trade when we're at all-time highs. Okay. So looked like this was currently all-time highs. Let's go back where it might have looked a little bit normal, because this thing is just still ripping. Insane gold moves. I did not prepare to show my metals chart. I got chicken in here. Like the metal chicken is super good. All right. Looks like we were not at all-time highs around here. Looks like it peaked up here. All right. You can see metals, nice sell movement, nice little buy here for a little tiny push up, but cross below, risky. Why? Because if it breaks, you can see it. All right. Broke the bullish candle. Break, retest, 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 retest. All failed. Formed a couple more here. You can see the progression. Broke, came back in, failed to break back in, broke back in, breaks, 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 breaks. All over the place. All over the place. You can see it everywhere. Time and time again. Same thing, right? Little push up on the blue. Did it push up? Yes. Came back down. Broke it. Retested. Came down a couple times. Again, I would be waiting for the range. Another purple, another purple, another purple. There's my blue and purples. There's my range. Now I could easily play off of this. And there it goes. Break, push. Another one here. This one's kind of tiny-ish. Little break, little push. Came down, little break, little push. Then you have a blue that kind of came up there. There's your break and your continuation. Another range. Same thing all day. Right? Metals obviously have different tick movement, so you have to be cautious with what you're looking for and chasing. But you'll see the same kind of reactions everywhere. Over and over and over again. Little push, little break back down. Obviously, this was a failed bullish move here. What time was it? 6 a.m. in the morning. So 6 a.m. there's volume around this time. Then it broke, pushed down. You can see how that cross became resistance. Pulled back up, formed a level, stack level, push up. And then the same thing. Range, move, range, move. Metals have more wicks than NQ. A lot more wicks than NQ. Silver is super dangerous, but the same rules apply. Metals are very, 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 they flow very well with our action lines. Like you'll see clean signals all over the place. You're going to see a clean one. Even if it's above, you still see good movement. Even if it's below, you'll still see some good movement. As long as that area holds in the end, that's all that matters. The levels get respected on freaking gold and silver all over the place. So here you can draw that little box too, right? You have the cross up here. You have that one little cross right here, the other cross right below, right? That whole little area, as long as this whole area holds, potential move up. You can see the wicks, the wicks, the wicks, the wicks, and then it pulled up. It formed a level there as well, that 2-minute level. There's your 1 minute signal. There's another 1 minute signal. There's another 1 minute signal, right? Big purples, be careful. Big impulses, huge impulse down, got retraced immediately. Then guess what you see, right? As soon as that got bought up, there's your move. So metals are pretty simple, very repetitive signals and movement. It loves the trend. It loves the basics of basics. And when you see the range forming at all-time highs, just avoid it. I avoid all-time high trading. Like, I don't like it. Like, it's easy to want to short it everywhere. I mean, look at that thing, right? Oh, there's our first sell signal here, right? But here's our sell signal down here that failed. Why? Because it didn't have room to go down to this area. Well, it did have some room. Not a whole lot. I mean, it had some room. And here, this one is testing this, right? Oh, there's this is why this one's playing out. This actually formed a stack level. This has your 1 minute and 2 minute level right here. Let's go look at the 2 minute on. Yep, there it is. Look at that. Here we go. Here's why this play is playing out. 2 minute, 1 minute. The alignment. Right? Rejection at that level, right at the pull down. So it's on repeat. All right, around here, right? Look at what the 2 minute looked like around here on this one. Right? Oh, sell signal here. What's going on in the 2 minute? The 2 minute's trying to pull up. It's trying to curl up. So that's not a good read. Pull down a little bit, right? Give you a little bit of a pull down. Pulled right back up. Reclaimed that level. Pulled up. Then you saw the rejection right up here. Almost the same looking as what we saw in NQ, right? Break, rejection, 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 pull down. But this is all-time high. So again, very cautious on all-time highs. Can you map out another orb quantum candle situation anywhere else on the chart? Let's take a look. Let's see what I want to see what silver is doing. Oh, look, silver shorting too. Silver respects the levels. Silver really respects the levels. Like it really does. Like when it can hold above it, it'll go. When it can hold below it, it'll go. So you'll see a lot of times rejections at a level. Rejection, rejection. Creates it. You'll see the rejection, rejection, rejection. But silver is so freaking scary to play because of the size of the minis and micros. Obviously, minis are insanely scary. Micros are just as scary as the minis because the micros move like NQ minis. The minis move like you combined 3 NQ minis into one contract, and that's what the minis on silver move like. I'm going to adjust that because when Power Hour comes along, I'm not going to be able to see it. All right. So let's see if we can find another pinpoint of one of these areas, right? Let's see. It's going to be hard to kind of spot them because they're easiest to spot when the price action is doing its thing. Because you want to be able to tell what got broken and what didn't get broken. So here we would have this, we would have that right up top, and then you would see where the levels cross, right? Here's your cross 1, cross 2, cross 3, cross 4. So it looks like the main area would be down here. But at this point, you just have this got broken, this one did not get broken. This one didn't get broken until here, and then you would have these guys right here. So here would be another example of that, right? They vary depending on where the action's going. But here's an example of what that would look like. You would already have your established top of your range up here. Then you would have your established bottom of the range over here with that level. And then you're looking for where that middle ground would be. And usually that middle ground, you know, could be just dead center, but you usually use the purple candles. And there would be your top. There would be your middle areas. You got 2 of these here at this point. And then you had your bottom. So every time it breaks underneath this zone, you potentially challenge the bottom. Anytime you break over the top zone, you break to the potential top. And you'll see this over and over and over again. That's the range, that's the chop, finally breaks the top. So that's one example. Let's go to another one and see if we can spot any more. Because these are those wide ranges. Let me zoom in on it. Okay. Let's take a look if this one formed the same thing. Initially, this was your area, right? As you moved, then you got that. Then you had this guy, right? So this one wasn't a clean orby orb, right? But you still have your areas to look out for, right? Push through here to the top here. Fails to break, back to the bottom. Then breaks to the bottom to the bottom. So, you know, not every orb setup or the quantum like little things, like I call them the orbs because I have my lines in between, are going to look the exact same, right? You're not going to get that exact shape, but you're going to see them easily when that chop range is forming. You'll be able to piece it together. This one's too tight. This one's too tight. So it's hard to really spot them. Again, like I said, you know, you got to really spot them when the price action is doing its thing so you can track which candles have not fully been broken. Doesn't look like there was a whole bunch of them in this area. I had one down here, that guy, then this guy, then that guy. Then that one got broken over here, so that didn't play out very well. No, not played out. The form is there. The orb setup. You got that guy there, this guy here. And that one looks funky too, but kind of did it. And this was yesterday at close. Nope. That's yesterday at close. Bottom, top. Let's draw it out here. Bottom, top. Boom, boom. And then you had your mid at this point right here. Then pushed up, right? And then the resistance point, the resistance point was the previous bullish break. So you can kind of start seeing again, right, where these lines line up. There's your previous failed bullish move. Couldn't break back in, rejected, back down. So your room would be the break here to up here, right? Did give you a nice push 651, 663, rejected, pulled back down, broke back in. Then from level to level, boom, blue candle broke, next blue candle broke, and so on and so forth. So they're going to range. You're not going to see like the exact same clean setup, right? The lines form you those kind of orb setup levels. You could have your mid, right? If you deleted this one and you left these wide ones, then you would have a mid, but it varies. So it's hard to kind of like really show the exact same setup over and over again because the size of the range varies. So, but hopefully that helped a little bit, right? Hopefully that helped a little bit of some examples of when you have these lines, where the bottoms and the tops and everything is. It's easier to spot when it's forming in real time. Right now, this thing is still chopping. All right, and you could make all the little barriers. These got broken down here, rejecting at that level up here. Right, it's still getting tight. You have that purple, failed to break through that. You have more room down. You have definitely way more room down. Let's look at the higher time frames. The 5 minute, the 5 minute is in its, the 5 minute range is what's holding it. Look at this 5 minute range. That 5 minute is ranging pretty hard, but this candle right here, if this can't hold above, looks like it might try to come down. The 2 minutes trying to curl down, needs to close below that 75, and then you need to start really closing below 70. And then we may get that push to the bottom. Then if it closes below 60, more push down. But you can really see like, okay, resistance. If it breaks through here, it's got to break here to 812. And here's kind of like a little orby orb. You got your bottom, mid, top, right? If it breaks here, 812, breaks 812 to 823. But this is like, again, this is just reading chop, like really detailed chop. So it's not something I advise everyone to really do early on if you're really trying to learn, right? That the basics of the basics, the A++ level reaction, and then that setup that we've been eating on, just failed bullish, failed bearish moves. We ate on that early today, that very early trade for 40, 50 points. And now we're just kind of watching and studying. That's how you get them pregnant. Not just yeah, exactly, Ken. Never just a tip, huh? Never just a tip. You're welcome. Reach out to me later if you need any help. Maestro, can you map out? Okay, so yeah, I mapped that out. Past the 50K Apex in this session. Let's go, G57. Which DOM do you look at? Does it matter if it's on TV? For me, Juan, the trade of 8 DOM. I did look at the TV DOM, and the TV DOM does not give that DOM's going crazy. It doesn't. It doesn't like speed up like the TV. It's delayed too, I think. I think there's a little bit of delay on it, but it doesn't flow the same way that the trade of 8 DOM does. Strange, I'm on NQ and only see one blue there. Refresh. Try refreshing. And especially if you're on the app. If you're on the app, it could get funky looking. Can't wait for this on the wealth charts. Me too, Rodol. I cannot wait for it either. I switched to trading on Trade of 8 this week instead of TradingView. Never thought I would make the transition. I actually like it. There you go. Get better executions. You get a lot better execution. Yes, I was sick of slippage. Very, very nice. Look at you, freaking G57. Very nice play. This is how I've been getting in. I mean, it's not going to get up there and test it one more time, but I want there to be room. Like this is a clean. Exactly that question you asked. Why you have to wait. Wait for those crosses and those levels to form and hold. Because if you don't, you're going to. There you go. Very nice, Alaskan Hog. I like that, brother. I like that. Strange. I'm going to get out. Me too. Gee, thanks for this. What are the numbers on the right of the DOM? Mine doesn't have numbers on the right of the DOM. You could do that. That I think I forgot what the setting is on that. But I don't look at those because those are like the orders and they vary. So like they will switch. Sometimes you see, oh, there's a person with 100 contracts up here or something, and it'll blow right through it. So I don't even have that on my DOM. Like my DOM is just the numbers. Thanks for this. Weird numbers on the right. Dang, that's wild. Are you gonna love trading once you get it super comfortable with it? Yeah. Volume of the orders at that price. Yep, there you go. Alaskan Hog explained it. Thank you. And histogram in the DOM settings, the market always goes up long term. Absolutely. Oh, look, it's making its move. It's making its move. This 2 minute has to close below here. 5 minute broke this bullish candle, so that's already this failed bullish move. Needs to break that 75. SPX left a funky looking gap. Look at that huge gap on SPX up here. That's gotta get filled. That's a huge ass gap. But this is also telling me the volume is completely down. There it goes. There's melting. It's melting. It just melted. Broke right through that 77. Retested it really quickly and then just melted for like 9 points. But there's not a whole lot of volume. What's the ATR? Yeah, the ATR is going down. So definitely volume moving down. Looking for Cat Maestro. Thank you for the help being here. Absolutely, David. Absolutely, man. I have messed up with the whole right click, left click thing. Yeah, that's why it's important to do a lot of testing, Alaskan. You got to go in there. You got to get used to that motion. Like for me, I don't even think about it. I just go in. I'm doing my thing. I'm like, clack, 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 clack. I don't even, like when someone says, do you left click or right click? I have to go in and be like, you right click. You have to left click. I have to go in and check. Because for me, it's just muscle memory. I just go in and I do it. And then when someone asks me, oh my gosh, look at this meltdown. Holy crap. Did Trump say something? What is this? Out of nowhere at 12:40. Wow. When somebody asks me, oh, you left click, right click? Yeah, I have to think about it. So like when it's just muscle memory, you just do it. Up or down, you got to practice it. Obviously, you have to practice it. Up or down, just get on the only on the dom. I just want to be able to. My dom's going crazy. How do you use it on your trading? Just watch with the direction. Yes. So when you're looking at the dom and you're entering an area of interest, you're going to look at the dom and the dom's going to react. You're going to see the dom speeding up. That's how I use it. So, all right, broke that 760. Now it needs to stay under. Needs to stay underneath 760. The dom's going crazy right here. There it goes. The dom is going crazy at the 760, so it's either going to reject it really hard or it's going to pull itself right back into it at this candle in 30 seconds. And it looks like it's rejecting it really hard right now. Yeah, it's going nuts. When it gets close to 60, it starts to speed up and go nuts. So if anybody's watching their dom, hopefully you can see that jerkiness and that speed. And there it goes. All right, there it goes. It's going really, really fast now. If it reclaims 60, right, this candle closes up. It's a good chance it'll try to pull up and retest this whole area. But if it closes below, like it did right there, let's see if this gets some steam in it. There goes one. There goes. There's the steam. There's the steam. Boom. I caught a little bit of that. Anybody else catch that? Oh, there it goes. Anybody else catch that? Holy crap. There you go. Easy, 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 easy. And my shit froze. No. Okay. There we go. Am I here? I saw my camera freeze. Now I'm back. Okay. I saw my thing was frozen. I'm like, no. Did anybody catch that short? Because I was narrating it. The dom was going nuts there at 760. My runner's up $40. I made a quick 100 something on this one. Oh my gosh, we're still going, guys. We're still going. My entry was 58. All right, my runner got trailed down on that little push up, but I'm happy with that. All right, love it that we caught a second trade right there. Beautiful. Quick 140 bucks on there for me. Quick. 60 broke, and you saw that it's still going. You saw the dom going crazy. We're going to hit that 718 potentially. The dom was going crazy at 760. If anybody was looking at the dom, hopefully you're able to see what I was seeing. You caught that on Quantum into the PHP. Let's go, Nate. Let's go. You caught that continuation. Let's go, bro. Beautiful, dude. And you get the really nice entries. With Quantum, you can definitely pair it with PHP to get that continuation pop. Right? And I know you guys like to scale in. I don't like to scale in, but hey, you guys got those scale in stuff. You do what you do if it works for you, bro. But there you go. Beautiful. Yep. And there was a nice 3-bar take. Alaskan, see you piecing it together. Yes. See, when you start piecing it together, you can see it all. It feels like you hacked into the matrix. It's freaking golden. It's amazing when you can piece it. I don't yet, EM. The closest I have at the moment is that how I set up my my phone setup. At the end, I kind of give a little rundown on the phone dom, but it's not the same as here. So I will be working on one. Absolutely will be working on one or I will have the chart up next to it or something. So I want to do one of that because I get that question a lot. Feel like, I need to make that video because I do use the DOM. So I want to be able to kind of show what I see and what I see in the chart and everything. And it does deserve its own video. All right. Javi, in TradingView, are you able to share a chart? Have you ever considered putting your sauce boxes on the chart and sharing it with the sauce box group? Then we just click it and it loads. Yeah, but it also gave like, I don't know. I tested it, and because anytime I shared that link, it also put the indicator. I have obviously the indicators that we have with the testing and everything. And it was just not like a safe thing to potentially do in case there was a glitch or error that it will give him access to. So I don't do that. Like somebody else can absolutely do that, but obviously Max experienced that with when he shared his Wells chart link. He gave everybody the advanced orb for free. Everyone got a little treat on that. And then we had to go in and fix that. So for that reason, I avoid sharing any type of chart things on TradingView to avoid any kind of those glitches. I have messed up with the whole right click, left click thing. Yeah. Okay. Here it goes. I'm in the same. No patience. I think that's why our style works for your style works for me. I tried to look at gold yesterday on wealth charts, and it kept telling me can't trade at this time. Really? And you were logged in correctly and everything. It might have been the contract. Make sure you're in the right contract, Venus. So you got to make sure, like if you're trading on the chart, just click anywhere on the chart and type in MGC. What's the contract right now we're on? MGC G6. You have to make sure you're on MGC G6. That might have been it. Oh, thanks, Alaskan. You're putting up examples on here. There you go. Yep, see the DOM speeding up. Heavy speed up there. But yeah, all those numbers are almost the same. So that's the key, right? All the numbers look exactly the same. And the reaction is what I go. So I don't even have those numbers on my DOM at all. I just look at the pure reaction. And look where it bounced. That previous failed bearish candle right there. Below that, you would have had this blue guy. So that previous failed bearish candle, that's where it just bounced right now. 708. Nothing on the 2 and the 5. The 5 was also right there, 709. So both 708, 709, that's your failed bearish candle right there. Your 2-minute blue would have been right below, and look at that bounce. Look at that pinpoint. Starts pulling above 730 and holds. You're going to get a potential push, a little bit push back up. Let's look at what SPX is doing. SPX looks like it's going to fill some of these gaps. Those are huge gaps. This one up here is humongous. There goes. She's getting violent. There is a retracement candle up here too at 782. So if anybody caught that little bounce, the runner, I'd see how far up it can get, but I wouldn't be holding it all the way because it could still come down. That's why I don't play retracements on these anymore, because it could still keep coming down. There's no guarantee it's going to go for it right now. I would prefer to wait for the 5-minute to line up for a long as well. Doesn't mean it can't do it, but I just don't play them like that. SPX can close above the orb maybe, but right now it rejected that. It filled this gap right here, rejected it right to the T. So it may start coming down some more. Yep, 7 we broke the pennant. Nice. 760 was the point last time. Careful. Now it's turned into a failed wedge. GD was close. Have your back still in it? Okay, awesome. Bottom side, let's fucking go. Caught a piece. Caught the quantum into the PHP. Nice. Okay. I wanted to go back up and make sure I caught up with the questions. Do you have a video on how to use DOM? I will soon, hopefully. Caught that for 107 on the cash account. Let's go, Juan. Let's go. I'm done trading for today. I don't have any more accounts. Juan, that's a wonderful feeling, dude. Go enjoy your fucking weekend, man. Don't ruin your Friday, right? Trade Power Hour or just listen to us. If you trade Power Hour, do it on a paper account, man. Do it on a fresh eval or some shit. Don't give any of that green back, dude. Like, don't give any of it back. Hi, he did, and I am going to purchase it when it comes back. Love the advanced orb tied to your setups. Same here, Juan busted me yesterday. Done for the day, Papa. Let's go, Phase Shift. I mean, Pashefata. Locked in 2K. Lucid, 17 off FF. Let's go, Pashefata. Very nice, brother. What do you mean by 3-bar entry? That's a little bit of... Well, no, Oakland, you're a student of mine. Go rewatch the videos, but we're gonna revisit this on our next student session. After the event, I'm gonna have another student session, so be ready for that. I'm Oakland. Have your student questions ready for me after the event. No date set yet, but I will have a date. Ever since our coaching session, Javi, I've been a lot more consistent, slowly but surely getting to my first payout. Let's go, Nate. Just trying to be consistent with the rules. Stay consistent, Nate. You're going to get there so much faster staying consistent. I'm telling you, time and time again. That first one, once you break the cherry on that first one, dude, you're going to be like having hopefully fun because you're going to see what you were able to do with your rules. Now that, like, you know, that next payout's going to come hopefully a little bit easier, continuing to follow the same thing. And then once you kind of start loading up other accounts that you can start playing with the house money, it starts feeling even better. But consistency is cash. The consistency is the main thing. You want to stay consistent. For me, when it breaks the middle break of wicks, entry with a stop above the candle. Yep, there you go. This will be the entry-ish. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I love you. I love you too, Pluto. In the non-homo way, you know what I'm saying? For your deep interest to help others. You do it with your heart. I do absolutely do it with my heart. Thanks for the session today. I hit the buffer on one of my FFN exhibition accounts. Let's go. Let's go, Pluto. Let's fucking go, brother. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God, you said my name right. It slipped. It slipped, Phase Shift. I mean, damn it. See, I'm doing it. Damn it. I completely forgot that I called you Pashefata. You see, I have those moments. I have a fresh trade if I am saving for Power Hour. Nice, Starkilla. You didn't hear it. Well, I just did it again. There's a lot of 3 bars on YouTube. Yep, there's a lot about 3 bars on YouTube. Absolutely. Go look at them. Yes, sir, and thanks. All right, awesome, brother. The 3 bar. There you go. There's a 3 bar play right there. You got it. Easy. Everyone's still here. Okay, I do that a lot, but it didn't stick to my brain. Remember, there you go. Who caught that break of the failed bullish move? I think we all did, Zordro. We all caught that, baby. We all caught that. One of my funded accounts is the one you gave me during the show, but I reset it times. Does it still qualify for the new account? No. If you reset it, they'll know you reset it, Juan. If you reset it, they won't count. It has to be. Well, It's not funded, right? Wasn't an eval? You know what? That's a gray area. Because on the eval, I don't know. But if it's funded, if you did fail it and funded and you reset on funded, they don't do the double up on that one, unfortunately. On the eval. Pollen, can we like fact check that one? I don't know if they fail and reset it, if that counts up for but you have to get to the payout phase. So it just because you pass it, you don't get it. You have to get a payout out of that account. Is it a nope? Yeah. So if it was reset, okay. It is funded now though. Yeah, resets disqualify. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So okay. I wanted to get clarification. So thank you, Paulin. Appreciate ya. I wanted to make sure I got the right information there for you guys. All right, y'all. I'm going to go eat lunch before Power Hour. Enjoy some time with the family. Thank you very much for joining us. We caught 2 bangers, 2 super nice banger trades during today's session. Freaking amazing. I'll see you guys in Power Hour. YouTube, like, subscribe, follow, tickle the bell, whatever you guys want to do. If you want to see more of these videos, many more coming. I do these sessions weekly, lately, multiple times a week. So if you guys want to join us, make sure you guys join us with the Quantum Shift. All you guys got to do is subscribe to the Quantum Shift Indicator, and you get to see my ugly mug a couple times a week. So I'll see you guys. Any of you coming to the event, I'll see you guys in a few days. Everyone else, I'll see you guys in Power Hour. Peace out.